Hello, guys. Welcome to our our YouTube channel, where we talk about relevant issues regarding our society in general. Um, Still talking about the issues of the United States and Iran. We're also talking about issues regarding um, the United States with Trump wanting to take over Greenland. And how Denmark and Europe is reacting to all of that. This is some of the things that are currently trending right now. So let's talk about the issue of Iran. It's obvious that the leaders would rather die in power rather than give up power to the people. So at this point, I don't see any going back as far as the strike is concerned. I think that the point at this point is not no longer whether there's going to be strike, it's how to mitigate casualty and not cause harm to the innocent people of Iran or the innocent citizenry who are already already stressing and being killed on daily basis. I think the plan and the strategy right now would be targeted strike, most especially targeting the infrastructure, the regime's infrastructure, the air defense, the military bases, and all of that. The goal is to eliminate these leaders, because this is not the war between Iraq and the United States or between the Iranians and anybody. It's between the Iranian people and the Iranians, the IRGC. So I am pretty sure the United States knows how to deal with situations like this. This is not new. I'm pretty sure Israel know how to handle some of this. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty straightforward. And my concern is, I hear even those purported Trump supporters lamenting, oh, it's regime change and all that. I mean, if the concern is regime change, what do you think is going to happen if leaders like this are left alone, are not touched? They're going to eventually slaughter their own people while the whole world sit and watch, you know, because this is not a, a regime that you can persuade to change their mind or turn around to do things the right way. They have their own agenda, and it doesn't mean there is no limit to how much blood they're willing to spill to keep power. So the ultimate thing is to get rid of these people. And I think the United States military know how to handle this, and I have no doubt. Those that are worried, oh, it might be like the situation in Iraq, it might be like the situation in Libya. Sorry, everything is experiment. No one can really say what's going to happen afterward. But action must be taken. We cannot let evil continuously thriving because we are afraid of making mistakes. We are afraid of repeating what happened in the past. No, we can always learn from what happened in the past and navigate the future in a better way. We saw how the issue of Venezuela was handled. We saw how even the bombardment of Iran initially, oh, people, if you bomb Iran, this is going to happen. We saw nothing happen. Yeah, there was a little bit of retaliatory strikes towards Israel, but even that, you know. So the point is that every day, I believe the military, because in the past, I feel like the military, the U.S. military's hands are tied behind. Oh, virtue signaling. You can't do this because of this and that. And so you go to war. War is war. War is not a virtue signaling. War is not righteous intervention. It's literally going to kill. And so you can't tie people's hand behind and ask them to go to war. And so that's why I'm really so much happy that we have the likes of Trump in power right now, who allowed the military to operate in the discipline and capability not tying their hands behind and asking them to still defend the nation. So yeah, I think that will be handled adequately, and I see that coming the next few days, within the next week, something is going to be done. So, and I'm really, really concerned that this need to be done fast, because how many more blood need to be spilled? The Iranians who are on the street putting in everything they have to fight this tyranny, they need the help. And the only nation that is capable of providing that help is the United States. So I am hoping that action will be taken and we will have an end to all of this pretty soon. And those that died, that sacrificed their soul, their blood will not be spilled in vain. You know, at the end of the day, this regime must be changed. Iran must experience new form of leadership, new form of freedom. All of this cannot be in vain. So yeah. As to the issue of Greenland, I know those who don't like Trump will always do their grandstanding. Oh, Trump is talking about taking Greenland. The whole of the European nations, they don't even think straight. Most of the nations in Europe are being protected by American and American taxpayers. So these nations sacrifice their sons and daughters, they sacrifice their wealth to protect these nations in Europe. Yet you see these countries trash talking the United States every turn. Why? Because there are Democrats, or there are people that are like Trump that always want to look for every avenue to trash talk Trump. Taking over Greenland, it's not like people of colonization, they come into a quiet. No. From what I deduct, this is about the safety of the West in general. If America and Europe don't take their stand on this issue, what's going to happen when China and Russia have that territory? And because of the purported location of that territory, the defense of the whole of Europe and America becomes very important. So you hear Trump talking about building the Iron Dome in that location. Who is that going to protect the most? Still the same people in Europe. So all Trump is doing is saying that Russia and China cannot have that territory. And Denmark, being a very small nation, does not have the capability to challenge Russia or China in this instance. And the European nations are not doing anything about it. So what happened? When Trump raised this alarm, the Russians, the Chinese understand what Trump meant better than the people he's trying to defend. But I'm happy that during the Davos conference, these issues have been navigated and worked out without resorting. Because when I hear all this nation talking about, we're ready to... Really? Denmark? Not even... Denmark is like a small state in America. You're ready to what? You literally don't have a military. But you're talking about challenging the United States just because you're part of NATO. And who is NATO? NATO is United States, basically. The integral part of NATO is United States. So when people shout, oh, NATO, what are you talking about? And because the media understand that the people don't understand the dynamics of how these things work, they just rant and, create some, narratives that don't make no sense. But thank goodness for the world we're living right now. For those who want to learn and know the truth about issues, they see beyond the noise. And as I speak to you, I'm hoping that the negotiation between Europe and the United States as regard Greenland, everybody will understand that this is centered on peace and security of Europe and the United States. This is not just about the United States trying to acquire some lands. Denmark is screaming, "Oh no, Greenland is ours." They can barely take care of themselves, let alone taking care of Greenland. What is Greenland benefited from? The people of Greenland wanted to leave Denmark at the first place. Until now, that because anything Trump said, then it's taken to a different level. Now, Greenland don't want to leave. No. If you've been following, the Greenlanders have always wanted to be separated from Denmark as territory to Denmark. So yeah, I hope all of this is worked out, and people begin to realize that the true enemy is not the United States. The United States has been the protector of most of these countries, and they know it. They benefit more from the United States than the United States benefit from them in this relationship. And so, because leaders in the past couldn't say it and express it publicly, it becomes shocking when people like Trump came into power and are able to express what's been known to be truth and to be factual. So yeah, let's everyone understand that all of this is about peace and prosperity of both the United States and Europe. This is not just about the European nation, the United States trying to acquire Greenland for any other thing, you know. And I truly believe that things will work out in the best interest of everybody, both sides, both the Greenlanders. They want to feel secure. They want to feel protected, you know. They want to feel sovereign about their own land, you know. But at the same time, their own safety should be of concern. So yeah, these are some of the issues. I know they're all over the place right now. Don't forget to subscribe and share these videos. You know, I know there are people that have contrary opinions. There are people that have different ideas and thoughts about this. Please drop your comment in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you so much, and have a great weekend.